Hi everyone, my name is Marissa Bush and I'm an executive leader with UBAM. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the magic of the VIP group. And what this means is how to use your VIP group to build your business, how to use it to retain your customers, and eventually hopefully get more sales and more business from it. So to kind of start off, I'll explain to you my why. When I joined just over 3 years ago, I was teaching full time and I honestly just wanted to make an extra $100 to $150 a month for my kids, and I had no idea what this company could do for me. So I joined and very quickly saw the potential and saw, how amazing our products were. And now 3 years later, I'm staying home with my kids and it truly has provided so much for me. And I think a large part of this is due to my customers and the experience that they've had and the experience I've had with them. And so I put a lot of faith and a lot of focus on customer service, and a lot of that is done through my VIP group. So to kind of start off, we're going to talk about just general customer service. In the spirit of Disney World, which is one of my favorite places, I found this quote by Walt Disney: "Do what you do so well that they will want to see it again and bring their friends." Now, if you've been to Disney World or Disneyland, or even if not, I'm sure you know that a large part of their success is due to their customer service. Truly, Disney wants to make everybody's experience so great, and if there are issues, they handle it right away. And I think that this really can apply to our business as well. We want to make sure whatever our customers' experience is, whether it's a Facebook party, a home party, a booth, a fundraiser, school and library, we want them to look at it as being such a positive experience that they think of us and they want to do it again and they tell their friends about it. And so I think this really pertains to our business as well. And then these cute 7 service guidelines from Disney, I think, again, these are very specific to Disney, and yet we can apply them to our business. We want to make sure that we're having good eye contact, that our first impressions are great, that we're welcoming all of our guests, whether, again, regardless of what means you're doing your business, these all apply. You want to seek out guest contact. You want to talk to people, be friendly. If there are issues, you want to solve them or problem solve them right away so that our customers know that they are our number one and their happiness is important to us. You want to have them to just have this magical experience that they want to keep coming to you for books, because our books will sell themselves, but you want that experience to be there for them as well so that you are their book lady. And obviously we want to thank each and every guest. That should be a, given, but you want to make sure that you're showing how much you appreciate their business. Now, to be more specific within our VIP groups, we always want to make sure that our customers and our VIPs are number one. When you do this, you get a lot of customer feedback, and to me this is like a great thing. This makes me feel like, okay, we're doing a good job. We're really spreading this mission of literacy when you get videos and feedback from your customers. And this is one I got from a little boy named Alex who loves our flashlight books, and he had just gotten our Secrets of the Seashore, and his mom took this video because he was so excited to share about it.
What book is that, Alex?
Secrets of the Seashore.
It is. Do you love that book?
Yeah,
Why do you love it?
because I love it so much.
What's your favorite part? What are you pointing to?
The sea star.
The sea star?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why do you love the sea star?
Because I love their suckers.
Because you like their suckers? Yeah. What sound do they make? What do you say to Mrs. Bush?
Thank you, Mrs. Bush.
So this is just an example of one of the feedback that I've gotten from my customers, and it just makes you realize, how fun this is and how much we can change these little kids who love these books. The importance of VIP groups. There are so many reasons that I feel VIP groups are important and essential to your business. First and foremost is you are building a community. When we go to booths or different events or Facebook parties, we are salesmen. I mean, they see us, they know we're selling a product. But to really like maintain that relationship, you want them to see you as much more than just a salesperson. You want them to see your family. You want to build this community where people will come and share those exciting moments when their kids are excited about a book, or they will come to you for help if they have a struggling reader or, you know, face an issue. You want to build this community where people feel safe, they feel comfortable, and they have fun. And so I love that aspect of it. Another thing that I think is really important is, you know, if you're not the best at always following up with customers, and I know I'm not, and I'm sure many others would attest to that, this is a great way to keep in touch with them if for ones that we might not have kept in touch with, or ones that maybe might think, oh, where did I get this book? What was that consultant's name? Well, if they're in your VIP group, they are right there. So they know who you are. They can quickly contact you for any more needs. So it's a great way to kind of provide that customer service and that follow-up that you might sometimes forget. Again, you can quickly update your customer base on specials, new titles, if you're having a flash sale, you know, recruiting specials like we have. Anything that you have, you can quickly update them, and they're getting to see that without having to send all those messages, and then it just keeps them in the loop. And then obviously our mission here is to spread literacy, to share these amazing books with kids. And so hopefully they are not just looking at you for a product, but they're looking at you for things to learn. So they're taking those, you know, those learning things that they have in your group and then applying them in your home. So again, sharing that love of literacy, not just our books, but sharing that love of reading. Now, if you do not have one, or let's say you have a group and it is not really active yet, you have not maybe put as much time into it, these are some different things that you can do to increase the participation and increase the numbers within your group. First and foremost, you want to personally ask people to join your group. I know we have all been added to 500 different groups, and it can get very exhausting to constantly be thinking, wait, how did I get in this group? So always ask people, ask your friends, ask your family if they would like to do it. You can post on your personal page, which I don't post often on my personal page about business, but you can post something like, oh, I'm having this great special in my VIP group. Let me know if you'd like to join. Something that will get them to join your group. You don't want to post the actual special on your personal page, but if you can get something to kind of feed them into your VIP group. Another thing that I've found to be very successful is in my Facebook parties, when I send a thank you to a customer for placing an order, I will include something along the lines of, hey, I'm so glad that you ordered these books. They're my favorites. If you'd like to keep up and keep updated with new titles, I have a lot of specials, whatnot. I'm going to give you a link to my group. Feel free to join to just keep updated. It's not too spammy. It's a lot of fun. So things like that, where the guests can choose to just click on this link and be added to your VIP group. I think that that has been really helpful. And last but not least, I go back a lot of times, like if it's been a while and I haven't, you know, I want to kind of revamp it, I'll go back to older parties. So parties I've had within the last 6 months, maybe even a year, I often go back and just do customer service follow-up anyways. So sometimes I'll go back and say, hey, if you didn't get a chance, or if you're loving your new books, here's a link to my VIP group if you'd like to join and learn more, or I'm having a flash sale, or things like that. Anything that you want to do to get them to click on that link and join your group. And then I have a couple like general guidelines I use in my VIP group. First of all, I think this is probably one of the most important ones, is that I always try and end my post with a question, because that elicits feedback, elicits participation with your customers. So, you know, I will post an article and I will say, well, what was your favorite part? Or I will post, you know, a funny meme and I will, you know, ask a question just to get people to participate. I think that that really increases it. And with the Facebook algorithms, when you have many people commenting, then more people will see it in their news feed. So it kind of just becomes the snowball effect. I like to alternate my posts with, I do about 1/3 of them about literacy and reading tips, things that they can learn and apply to their kids at home. 1/3 of them are just for fun. They are not sales posts. They are not, you know, recruiting, anything like that. They are solely for fun. And then 1/3 of them are about our business. So more of those business type posts. But just because they're business posts does not mean it's just posts such as host a party and get this, or join my team. I try and always sell without selling and recruit without recruiting, which means that I'm talking about those things, but I'm not doing it so directly that it's, super salesy for them. I try and do it in a more natural approach when I'm focusing on books or, ways that this business has benefited my family. And another thing is just I don't post daily. I usually post probably every other day. I'd say 3 to 4 times a week, just to, where it's not exhausting, that they don't feel like they're constantly getting notifications from my group, but enough that it keeps them excited and engaged in participating in the group. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about, those types of posts that I'm doing in my group. So the rule of thirds. So we're going to go, sorry here, this is not working as well. Sorry. We're going to go into the posts about learning. So these are the posts where your customers are learning some information that they can apply in their home. Again, going back to our mission of spreading literacy. Oop, I need to go back here. I'm sorry, guys. This is a little bit crazy. So we are really fortunate in that Home Office has provided us with great graphics for literacy tips. If you are not a member of the Home Office branding group, I would suggest you do, because there are tons of literacy tips and reading tips in there. So these are just a handful of the ones that I pulled. But I will occasionally post these and, again, ask that question to elicit some discussion or response. So maybe for the first one, turn off the TV, put a reasonable limit on television, video games, and computer time. So there's a time for reading. So I might post that graphic and say something like, what are you doing this summer to limit your screen time? Again, anything just to encourage them to think a little bit and then maybe respond, or maybe it'll just help them change their behaviors at home. I post a lot of tips and facts. If you are in UBAM Facebook groups, you know that there are constantly different graphics that are shared. So this is just an example of one that obviously was 2 years ago, but this was one about how parents often read more to their little girls than they do to their little boys. So anything that kind of sticks to you, that gets people to think, again, elicits that response. Now this was 2 years ago, and I've grown a lot in my group, so I did not post a question here. This one did elicit response regardless, but normally I would add some kind of question to this. Articles. There are articles everywhere. There's a plethora of articles that you can find on Pinterest, on any of the reading sites that you might be involved with. But I love to read these articles because some people might not take the time to read them, but others will. And if it gets them to think and gets them to, further recognize the importance of literacy, then that's a win for me. So find some of those articles. If you see somebody else sharing them, share them yourself. There are a lot of fantastic articles about the importance of literacy. And this was just another fun customer feedback. Sometimes our books help teach much more. So obviously our books, teach the kids a lot, but to see these kinds of videos that I got from one of my customers, it shows just how much of an impact our books can have. This is Lucy, and this is her taking her first steps while reading an Usborne book because it was the only thing she would focus on.
Don't you have any work-life inventions? Why, certainly.
That's the monkey. Good job. Where's the lion? You see the lion? What's the lion say? Roar. Roar. See the giraffe? Can you find the froggy? What's the froggy say? Ribbit, ribbit.
So again, this is just another example of that feedback we can often get from our customers that just make it feel like what we're doing is so worthwhile. And this will be one of my all-time favorite videos that I have received. A lot of reading days. There are a lot of like national holidays or national reading days. These are just a few that I happen to have in front of me. But think about these holidays that are really promoting reading. And I like to do like little giveaways on those days. So maybe I'll, this is an example of one that I gave when we had Bears Don't Read. But other ones, just to promote those kids reading, just to get parents aware, again, of getting their kids to read. And even if it means that they take a picture of their kids reading and it gives them 10 minutes that they're forcing their kids to read to take a picture, they're still getting 10 minutes. So just celebrating reading and the importance of reading. Again, our reading apps. Teacher Monster to Read is a fantastic app. If you have not tried it out, I would recommend you doing that just so you know how to talk to your customers about it. But this is a post that I will do probably quarterly because I get a lot of new customers in my group who haven't had exposure to this. And this is just such a great app that I get such positive feedback on. So think about those. This is just the, Usborne one, but any other ones that you have found, they're good just to get parents involved. Anything you can do to encourage great reading habits. So my directors group did a screen-free survival camp this year for Screen-Free Week. So I invited people in my VIP group to participate. We shared different ideas and activities for the kids to do each day and different ways to get them out of the house and get them outside and doing fun things. So that's an idea. And then one of my very favorite things I do is a summer reading club. Each year I do a 6-week club where the kids pledge to read a certain amount of minutes, and then they can collect pledges from, family and friends, and those are returned to them in the form of free books, and we donate to a local charity. So again, it's just reinforcing that summer slide happens and encouraging kids to read. So any of those things that you're doing to encourage great reading habits are so important, and they get parents thinking. And then again, here's some more customer feedback. These are 2 different customers I had that shared their positive experiences. So the left one is Stacy Hoff, and this was her first party she had with me, and her son loved the Wipe Clean books. And she's a reading specialist, so she was somebody that I knew, really knows literacy and really, understands the importance of it. So I was so happy to get that feedback, and she actually ended up joining my team and is a fantastic consultant. So again, it's just a testament to how great our books are. And then here's another one. This is a customer of mine who loves the book You Choose. She can sell that book for me better than I can sell it because her kids have so much fun creating stories and using their imagination. So again, that feedback is so important. Now moving on to the fun. And it truly is important for your customers to know that you are not constantly just selling them. They want to come on and have fun and, just do things without having to think about selling. So I went back for my 3 years of having this group and looked for my top 5 posts ever. And these are my top 5 posts. And I will say 4 out of 5 of them were just for fun. They were not selling anything. They were not, they were about the books, but they weren't business related. They were just for fun. So you can see Words with Usborne, which is somebody made this last year at Christmas, and the customers just got to create words with that. Very fun. It was going on for like days. I love that. Would you rather have, those are things that every mom likes to daydream about, having one of those or all of those. So that was really active, and people were arguing over, which one was better. There is a Christmas tree there, and I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit later, but that was something a customer posted, and I did a quick giveaway to see how many, they had to guess how many books were in my UBAM Christmas tree. Write the first word that pops in your head when you read the last word written in the comments. This is actually a graphic I saw in a different party, a direct sales party I was in. I stole it and then used it myself, and it, again, elicited a lot of conversation. And the only one of this that was a business post was the top right, which is a picture of my messy bookshelves when I was needing to have a sale because I was overflowing with books. So that is literally the only one out of my top posts that were business related. Again, you're part of so many groups, so start saving those games. I keep files on my computer, on my phone, of any fun games that I see, and I try to integrate those in. I try to do like a game almost every week because I think that it's fun for people. And again, when they comment on those, then they're more likely to see your other posts as well. So these are just some examples that I've found. I'd like to do a monthly birthday drawing. So each month, at the beginning of the month, I will ask my customers which of their kids has a birthday that month. And everybody will comment with their child and their birth date. And then I will draw 1 or 2 winners and mail them a free book. It's just a fun way to, again, get customers, engaged, to thank them for being customers of yours and just to celebrate birthdays. Now this is going back to that UBAM tree I made. So in 2015, one of my customers posted a picture of this tree, this book tree that somebody had made, and she jokingly said, "How about an Usborne tree?" And so obviously I thought this was a good challenge, so I decided to make a UBAM tree. And so I made one, and then every year I'm making it again. So I make it every year. It's kind of just a fun thing that my kids and I do. And then I have a little drawing to try and guess how many books are in the tree. So this is just an example of last year's tree. And again, it really served no purpose. It's showcasing the books, but it's not really selling them. It's just a fun thing to do. So this is one thing I've done with my customers' feedback. Okay, here are some more feedback messages. So different things that customers have posted in my group sharing their kids. And I love the middle one. She has 3 kids and they are very active kids. And she was saying how excited she was just to have 25 minutes of peace for me. She actually sent this to me in a message and I asked her to post it in my group. So she was so excited that she got a little bit of quiet time. And if you are a parent, you know how valuable just 5-10 minutes of quiet is. And then these are just some fun random things I found. So I found a lot of memes. If you look up memes on Google, you can find funny reading ones. And again, just ask a question and then parents do that. So the one in the middle, I think all parents can attest to, that you could have a whole house full of books like we all do, and yet your child still wants to read that same book over and over again. Currently, my youngest, who is 3, wants to read What is Poop? And it's a great book, but we have read it about 50 times. So just, anything that's getting parents or customers to be entertained and give some feedback. These are just some various examples. And then here's another one that I did. I found somebody else posted this and I thought this would be fun. So I challenged people to take a video of their kids to say what their favorite book is, if they could only have one, and what they would do for it. And this was the one that I chose as the winner, and you guys will be able to, you guys will be able to see why I would have chosen this one because of his response. Let me open that up again. It's not working. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. So this is Charlie.
If I could have any book, I would want the flippin' flat body book. I mean the computers and coding book.
And what would you do for it?
I would clean our house.
Whose house?
Mrs. Bush's house.
So obviously I had to choose this one because he was going to come and clean my house. But really, there was no purpose to this other than for fun, and it's just fun to get the kids talking about books as well. And now, probably some of our most important ones are the business posts. Okay, my favorite quote for reading, it was my favorite quote as a teacher as well as, being a UBAM consultant, is that everyone is a reader and some just haven't found their favorite book. And I think it is part of our mission to find the perfect book for kids, the book that gets them excited about reading and gets them engaged. So a lot of that is going to be with our business. One thing I like to do is a live story time. Now I know there's been some confusion about story time. What I do is I will only read Kane Miller books because those are the only ones we've been given approval for, and I do not save the video. So I will record, or I will do it live and then I delete it. So only people that are there for the story time get to hear it, otherwise not. So I do like to do a weekly story time live in my group, usually at 7:30, and if 5 people are there or if there are 20 people there, it's just a good chance to get kids listening to stories. It's a different, medium for them to listen to stories, and you'd be surprised at how many people will sign on and listen that you wouldn't think would ever be interested in this. But I've had customers who never participate, but they have been on my story time live, so I love that aspect of it. Any personal events, sales, parties you do. I like to do a lot of mystery hostess parties where I give back rewards to my customers, or inventory sales, anything like that. that you're doing, you can post about those in your VIP group. We are not supposed to be posting those on our personal pages. So again, it just shows how important our VIP groups are in order to have these events. Book of the week. This is something I love to do. I like to pick a book of the week, or in this case, two of these pictures, we did Hungry Dinosaur and Dirty Dinosaur, and we kind of focus on that one for the week. So we might do the read aloud with the story time. We might show activities we do, any crafts we do with it. Just something to get them focused on that one book and get them excited and wanting that one book. So this is an example of when we did Hungry Dinosaur and Dirty Dinosaur. If you don't know, the illustrator actually painted with dirt for Dirty Dinosaur and then frosting for Hungry Dinosaur. So I allowed my kids to paint. We've done it with dirt and then we did with frosting. So that is a picture of my daughter who painted with some frosting. That was just a fun example we had. Another one was we did Gobble Gobble Moo, and then I showed the little masks that my kids made to retell the story. So anything, if it's something you do with your own kids or a book that you personally love, share why. Really focus on that and get people excited about that one or two books. You want to showcase our books in action. You know, our job is not just to sell them, but to show how your kids, or if you are, you know, at a booth or if you're at a school event, how you see the kids respond to our books. So whether it's a video, a picture, a funny story, anything that you can to showcase our books kind of in action, I think is great. So this is an example of my youngest, who, again, I told you loves What is Poop. This was a few months ago, her reading What is Poop, and I secretly recorded her.
What is poop? Boys go potty in the bathroom. Babies go poop into diaper. Cats go poop outside. I know how to say this. I'll show you.
Let's see. It says, poop is stuff your body doesn't want.
Poop is that your body doesn't want.
Good.
Dolphin poop pink.
Whales poop pink?
No, dolphin poop pink.
Dolphins poop pink?
Yeah.
Wow.
So again, just a funny example of my daughter reading the book, and I can't tell you, I had quite a few sales of just that book because of the video, because I think people weren't sure exactly what the book is. But anything you can do that's showing them in real life, so it's not just selling them, but just showing how your kids or your customers are using them. Book clubs and book boxes. This is something that home office has said we can do. So I like to do a book club where people can sign up for subscriptions and get books delivered to their doors, or VIP mystery book boxes, which is essentially the same thing. But anything you can do to get, make them feel excited. These are great at Christmas time for gifts. I have customers that do these all year long where they sign up for a year and I just mail books to them every month or every other month. But anything you can do that's a unique way to get the customers excited about the books. Facebook Live videos. I can tell you I do not like taking videos at all. I don't like pictures of myself, but Facebook Live really has provided us with a great way to, sell our books and showcase our books. So I try and force myself to get out of my comfort zone and do this. So if there are new releases, I have a lot of girls on my team that will do little Facebook Live videos when they get new boxes. If they get 3 shipments or 3 boxes in a shipment, then they open them on Facebook Live. Cards for a Cause. That's a great way to showcase how amazing our cards are that people won't know until they see them, and Facebook Live allows us to show them. Summertime reading, getting your kids outside and reading and asking, your customers to do the same. But anything you can to showcase our books, the importance of literacy, and doing it live, letting people see inside the books is so fantastic. And then any special offers, these are just some examples I've used in the past, but if you have special offers for a specific day, or if you're doing, local customers get free shipping, anything you can post them in there. Quick, easy. It might get you a couple sales. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but just a great chance to give those special things for your VIPs. And then theme weeks. So this is kind of similar to the book of the week, except this is more of a theme. So picking some kind of theme and spreading it out over the week, again with activities, read alouds, crafts, things like that. So this is an example of one I did for a winter theme, where we read Waiting for Winter, Secrets of Winter. There were a couple others. And during this, I showcased how to make snow or fake snow. So I gave people ideas. Again, I think sometimes as parents, if you're home with your kids, or if not, your kids get bored and you want activities for them to do. So this is a great way to showcase our books while giving parents easy hands-on activities that they can be doing with their kids. So I love doing theme weeks. We have so many great themes that you can do with our books, so many. So this is a fun way to do it. And recruiting posts. I do recruiting posts in my VIP group. I occasionally will do just generic ones like join my team, and I can tell you very, very, very rarely do anything. But I've tried to focus more on doing posts that are more natural. So my big national team did a video of what UBAM has provided for your family. So this was a picture I took of how it's provided for my kids and paying for their school. And so I posted that and, shared some of that. I asked what you would do with an extra $1,000 if you had it. Things, again, that are eliciting response and just making people see how it's really provided for you. Not focusing on just selling, but really what it's done for us. And I think the biggest key is to be yourself. Be honest, be real, and be you. If people feel like you're being genuine, I think that means a lot more than just being salesy. So just doing those natural recruiting posts and sharing what it's done for what this company has done for you. And then some just general tips and ideas. I like to do a free book for a book review. We have a lot of fantastic chapter books that are harder to showcase in groups, and you can't do live videos or things like that with those. So what I like to do is I'll ask some of my customers with older readers if they would be willing, the child, to do a book review, and I'll give them specific questions for a free book. So I will send them a chapter book, let them read it, and then they will post a book review. This is a great way to show how kids feel about our books too, because we can sell them all day, but when you see kids excited about them, I think that sells them even better. So that's something I like to do. I have a lot of customers that will message me with things like, they'll send me a text or a message. I always ask them to post it in my group so that other customers can see it. I think that's really important, because if they have such positive things that they want to share with you, I want other people to see it, because then maybe they'll be, wanting to get that book or, learning from it as well. I do stock up on our mini books. We have great mini books, or, the $5 nonfiction. I do try and do giveaways every so often, not only as a way to encourage participation, but as a way to thank our customers for supporting us. So I like to do those quick giveaways. And then last but not least, some posts may not lead to interaction. That is okay. Not every post is going to have, 20 responses, and that is just fine. Even if they don't have any, just keep going with it. If I have a string of posts, like if I go a week and I'm really not getting a lot of participation, I will kind of ask some of those really good friends of mine, usually, or like my sister, to maybe comment, because sometimes it just takes one person to comment and then more will. So every once in a while, maybe, lean a little bit on those really good friends of yours or really good customers and say, hey, would you mind participating in this post that I just made? Because then once they do, it can encourage more to do it. But don't expect everything is going to be this, grand discussion, because it won't be, and that is okay. And just remember, too, that just because people aren't commenting doesn't mean that they aren't reading them. So sometimes you can be getting the point across, or, teaching them something without them participating. And that's great. That's what we're really here for. So hopefully this was helpful for you. I just really wanted you guys to realize just how much your Facebook group can be a vital tool for your business and retaining those loyal customers. I have customers who I've never met, who've never hosted for me, but are great customers because they are members of my VIP group. And some of these people, I don't even remember where they came from, whether it was from a party or a booth, but they're still really involved. And that just is a great tool. And I think that once you get it up and rolling, your VIP group can provide you with a lot more business, not just sales, but it can provide you with customers, recommendations. I have a lot of people that have joined from the recommendations of others. It can even get you recruits. I've had recruits join my team who have found me through my VIP group. So they really, truly are so important, and I hope that you guys all take some time to put some effort into your VIP group and making it, a great tool for your business. Thank you.